Jeffrey Epstein, once a powerful financier who moved in elite circles, has been one of the most controversial figures of the past 2 decades. His name is tied to criminal convictions, allegations that reach into the highest levels of society, and documents now publicly released that have sparked global headlines. And this week, there's a brand new development. A former British royal has just been arrested in connection with revelations from the Epstein files. Today, we're going to break it all down, clearly, factually, and responsibly. Let's start at the beginning. Who was Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein was an American financier who became connected to powerful people in politics, business, and entertainment. Before his crimes came to light, Epstein was known for his wealth and social life. But behind that public image, law enforcement identified serious criminal conduct involving underage girls, some as young as 14. Epstein first entered the legal system for sex offense charges in the mid-2000s, but it was only the beginning of a much larger story. The first case, 2005 to 2008. In 2005, police in Palm Beach, Florida began investigating Epstein after a minor reported abuse at one of his properties. Investigators ultimately found dozens of young women who described being recruited as minors, paid to perform sexual acts, directed to recruit others. Rather than facing full federal prosecution, Epstein struck a controversial plea deal in 2008. He pleaded guilty to state charges of soliciting prostitution involving a minor and received a 13-month jail sentence with work release privileges, a deal heavily criticized as too lenient. The 2019 federal arrest, fast forward to July 2019. Epstein was arrested again, this time on federal charges in New York. The indictment accused him of sex trafficking of minors, conspiracy to commit sex trafficking. According to prosecutors, the network involved victims trafficked to homes in New York, Florida, New Mexico, and Epstein's private Caribbean island, Little St. James. Epstein pleaded not guilty and was awaiting trial. His death on August 10, 2019, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City. Officials ruled his death a suicide by hanging. However, questions about the circumstances, including missing cell checks and surveillance gaps, fueled ongoing controversy and conspiracy theories. Because he died before trial, the federal charges against him were dismissed. Ghislaine Maxwell, conviction and sentence. One of Epstein's closest associates was Ghislaine Maxwell, a British socialite who prosecutors say helped recruit and groom underage girls for Epstein's network. In December 2021, Maxwell was convicted on multiple sex trafficking-related counts. In 2022, she was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. Maxwell's conviction remains one of the most significant legal outcomes tied directly to Epstein's operations. The Epstein files, what they are. Recently, the U.S. government released a massive trove of documents related to Epstein's investigations. These Epstein files include emails, flight logs, court submissions, contact books, deposition transcripts. They show connections between Epstein and dozens of powerful people. Importantly, being named in the files does not mean someone committed a crime. It often reflects association or contact, not evidence of wrongdoing. Accusations and potential victims. Decades of civil and criminal cases brought forward. Many women who described being exploited. Dozens of accusations against Epstein telling similar stories of coercion. Lawsuits naming various properties and alleged patterns of victim recruitment. One of the most prominent accusers was Virginia Giuffre, who died by suicide in 2025 and had been a vocal survivor advocate. Her testimony in lawsuits brought even greater attention to the broader impact of Epstein's crimes. Rumors about buried remains. There have been online rumors claiming bodies found buried at Epstein's properties or in remote locations. As of now, no law enforcement agency has confirmed any discovery of buried remains, and no reputable news outlet has verified such claims. These remain unverified online rumors and should be treated as such. The big breaking update: Prince Andrew arrested in a historic development on February 19, 2026. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, was arrested in the UK. He was taken into custody on suspicion of misconduct in public office, connected to new material revealed in the Epstein files. Authorities searched homes associated with him and questioned him for many hours before releasing him under investigation. This marks the first arrest of a senior member of the British royal family in centuries. The documents suggest that while Andrew served as the UK's trade envoy, he may have shared confidential government information with Epstein, which is now under scrutiny. Andrew has repeatedly denied any criminal wrongdoing. His arrest is linked to misconduct allegations, not to criminal sex abuse charges. Broader implications. The release of the Epstein files has triggered renewed calls for accountability, investigations in multiple countries, public debate about power, privilege, and justice. Lawmakers say the arrest sends a message that no one is above the law, regardless of wealth, fame, or status. At the same time, authorities caution that being named in documents is not equivalent to guilt, and investigations must follow evidence. The Epstein story is one of the most complex and disturbing legal sagas of our time. We've covered his background and early investigations, his arrest and death, Maxwell's conviction, the Epstein files and potential victims, the unverified rumors online, and the historic arrest of a former royal linked to revelations from these documents. If you found this deep dive helpful, like this video, share it, subscribe for more responsibly reported headlines. Comment below, what topic should we cover next? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.